He told the world he was the greatest. Then he proved it. Then they took everything from him, and he came back anyway. This is the complete story. 61 fights, 3 titles, 1 exile, and a torch that shook the world. 4 minutes. But before the legend, there was a boy in Louisville, Kentucky, and someone stole his bicycle. That theft changed history. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., born January 17, 1942. A painter's son, a dreamer. Louisville was beautiful and brutally segregated. At 12, someone stole his Schwinn bicycle. Furious, he found a police officer named Joe Martin. He wanted to fight the thief. Martin had a better idea. Learn to fight first, he said. 6 years later, he was unbeaten. 100 winners in the amateurs. State champion, national champion. The kid from Louisville was running out of people to beat. Rome, 1960, the Olympics. 18 years old, Cassius Clay dazzled the world. Light heavyweight gold. He wore that medal everywhere, even to sleep. He came home a champion. He walked into a Louisville diner to eat. They turned him away. He was black. The story goes that he threw his gold medal into the Ohio River. The greatest athlete in the building turned away at the door. He turned professional. He was loud, beautiful, and impossible to ignore. He called his shots before the fights. He was right every time. Then came Sonny Liston, the most feared man alive. Ex-convict, mob-connected. He had knocked out the previous champion in 2 minutes. Journalists predicted Clay would die in the ring. Miami Beach, February 25, 1964. Convention Hall. The 22-year-old stood in the ring against the monster. The crowd expected a funeral. Clay moved like no heavyweight before him. Fast, surgical. Liston couldn't touch him. Round 7. Liston didn't come out. The impossible had happened. Clay stood over the canvas and screamed into the dark, "I am the greatest of all time." The morning after, he made a different kind of announcement. He was a member of the Nation of Islam. His name was no longer Cassius Clay. That name, he said, was a slave name. He was Muhammad Ali. Most of the press refused to use his new name. America was furious. He was denounced from pulpits, written off by commentators. He didn't blink. The rematch, Lewiston, Maine, 1965. First round, Ali threw a short right hand. Liston went down and stayed down. The punch was so fast nobody saw it. They called it the Phantom Punch. The debate never ended. Then came Vietnam. The United States Army called his name. April 28, 1967. Ali refused to step forward. "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong," he said. "No Viet Cong ever called me nigger." Within hours, he was stripped of his title. His boxing license revoked in every state. Convicted of draft evasion, sentenced to 5 years. He was 25 years old. He would not fight again for 3.5 years. The prime of the greatest fighter alive, stolen. The Supreme Court overturned his conviction in 1971, 8-0. He had the law on his side, but 3.5 years were gone, and waiting for him was Joe Frazier. March 8, 1971, Madison Square Garden. 2 undefeated fighters, 2 heavyweight champions. The world stopped turning. Ali called it the fight of the century. He wasn't wrong. Frazier was relentless. In the 15th round, a left hook sent Ali to the canvas. He rose. He always rose. But the decision went to Frazier. First professional loss. Ali wept. They fought twice more. Ali won the second. The third, Manila 1975, and was called the greatest fight ever contested. 14 rounds of pure savagery. Frazier's trainer stopped it before the 15th. Ali was on the canvas when it ended. But before Manila came George Foreman. Foreman had destroyed Frazier twice in under 2 rounds. He was the most destructive heavyweight alive. Ali was 32, past his prime, an 8-1 underdog. Kinshasa, Zaire, October 30th, 1974. The rumble in the jungle. 60,000 people in an outdoor stadium. Ali, Foreman, Africa, the whole world watching. Then Ali did the unthinkable. He leaned on the ropes. He let Foreman punch himself empty, round after round. 8 rounds of punishment. Then, in the 8th, Ali unleashed. Foreman went down. It was the greatest single performance in boxing history. Ali stood over a fallen giant and let the whole world hear him. Still, the greatest. He kept fighting. Too long. The blows accumulated. The body that once floated like a butterfly began to slow. Those around him saw it. Ali refused to. He lost the title to Leon Spinks in 1978, then won it back 7 months later, 3 times heavyweight champion of the world. No one had ever done it. No one has since. In 1984, physicians confirmed what many feared. Parkinson's syndrome, the trembling hands, the voice that had once boomed across continents, now quieted. The butterfly was still, but he never disappeared. He traveled the world. He negotiated the release of American hostages in Iraq. Alone in 1990. He delivered food to children in Cuba. He shook hands in every village that knew his name. Every village knew his name. Atlanta, July 19, 1996. The Olympic opening ceremony. The final torch relay. Hands trembling, body swaying. Muhammad Ali raised the flame. 3.5 billion people watched. The stadium fell silent before it erupted. They had taken his title. They had taken his prime. They had silenced his voice. And there he stood, in front of the whole world, still unbroken. The fire in his hands proved it. 61 fights, 56 victories, 37 by knockout, 3 heavyweight titles, 2 fights of the century, 1 rumble in the jungle, 1 exile that should have broken him. June 3, 2016. Muhammad Ali died at 74 years old. The world did not merely mourn, the world stopped. Every flag, every ring, every country that had ever heard his name. At his memorial in Louisville, the boxing bell was rung 10 times, once for each count. A fighter counted out and honored. The same bell that marks defeat and remembrance. He was not the greatest because of what he did in a ring. He was the greatest because of what he refused to do outside it. He gave up everything for a principle, and the principle outlasted the punches. Muhammad Ali, the most famous human being who ever lived. Louisville gave him a bicycle thief. He gave the world everything else.